1-0 versus KAHO. It's a relatively one-sided affair on this patch. It is 11-1. But 1-0 struggled a little bit recently against Night Elf, and KAHO is getting better and better and better and better. And that is because we have some... Yo, shorty! Thank you, thank you, thank you.
This is cheaper than therapy. B2W heart.
Oh, no, you sweet soul, you. When is Soul joining? Later at 7. That is because we have some meta shifts here in this matchup. We got harassing demon hunters with immolation, with mana burn. And the undeads have to figure out some ways to deal with that. I think all the top Night Elves are finding a nice balance between harass and creeping, between mana burn and immolation. Mana burn against the hero, immolation against ghouls. And then the big question at the beginning of tier 2. Naga, no Naga. Lich. I mean, the Naga for the Night Elf is pretty much a given. But for the others, for the undead, is it tempo? Is it brawling? Is it stalling? That's the question. Brawling or stalling? If you go for the Naga, you want to brawl. If you go for a Lich, you want to stall. Because alongside the Lich comes a big blue dragon, the Frostworms. Basically the third hero equivalent later on. So, I asked a almost immoral question. We got KAHO, we got 1-0, we got Moon. Who do you want to be eliminated today? There's no shenanigans like, oh, I like all of them. They're all so awesome. I just want the boys to have fun. No, I want the hard truth. Who do you want to see go? Are you anti-undead and can't see Coil Nova anymore? Well, then the choice is 1-0. If you're an old school fan and you want the GOAT to go through, then your chance is either 1-0 or KAHO. Or do you want the youngest player of the bunch, the least decorated of the bunch, to go through? Then it's KAHO. KAHO out. Goodbye, KAHO. Make a poll. This is the poll. Obey. KAHO 1-0. I hate Coil Nova, bro. Fair. Very fair opinion to have. It's a bit like for diversity. I want 1-0 in the final day. Because then we got him against Sock again. That was sick. I want KAHO to be rewarded for his rise recently. KAHO is the defending champion, by the way, in GCC. But I think he made the monies last time. I think we shall have Moon. So I want KAHO to be kicked out as well. Moon's just special, man. And I want Moon. You know what I want? I want Moon to slaughter 1-0 today and tomorrow. That's what I want. Did little bro try to name himself Zero or Hero but had an aneurysm? No, that's the... Like 1-0 is 1, 2, and 0, and that's the emergency number in China. It's like calling yourself 911 or 110 in German. Why is Naga such a good second hero? Very good question, Lilia. Depends a little bit on what faction you have. So for the undead, Naga is great because she's almost mana independent. The best thing about her, and that is independent, is Frost Arrow. Movement speed reduction is always great. Ice is always great. Slow is always great. Naga has that. And you want to control the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter is weaving in, weaving out, goes for the mana burn, and you want to punish him as much as you can. And Frost Arrows are really cheap in mana. So even if you get mana burn, the Frost Arrow still works. On the other side, for the Night Elf, you want to kill as many ghouls as possible. Careful, careful, careful. Invuln. Ooh. DK in trouble. Got the big potion though. What a great find this is. Does he have to swap it? Maybe. Body block with the ghouls looking nice, but is it nice enough? No, we need that potion here on the Naga to keep her alive. On the other side, you want to kill as many ghouls as possible, and ghouls are usually very, very, very fast. So you try to slow them down so the Demon Hunter can reach. What a brawl between the two here. Sorry, I was a bit caught up in my explanations. We bring in the bear for the first redo in the fight. That is really smart. There is no dispel at the moment. Usually you build the bear a bit later. And maybe stock up on another Dryad as you don't have the master training ready yet. But rejuvenation, such a strong spell in combat healing. Doesn't get cancelled by a simple attack like the regular regeneration you got. And then the Demon Hunter was able to stay here with evasion, with a Ring of Protection as well. But 1-0 weathers the storm, rotates a couple of these ghouls out, claims the red spot, big XP. Okay, I think we start with some nice tempo here. Very cool fight, and look at that. We get an early Ancient of Wind in the back. Not that easy to scout. Early Hippo, early Talon. I wouldn't hate that. KAHO. I called him the progressive elf. He is innovating recently. With a lot of air, with a lot of talents. And also some bottom third hero choices. First 10 minutes of the broadcast, I am highly entertained by the two. These guys meeting on an eye level at the moment, and that is quite remarkable, as 1-0 has been in the top 3 of the world for years now. Sometimes top 4, in the darkest days top 5, but he is elite. For KAHO, he has his ups and downs. Sometimes, clearly a contender for the best Night Elf in the world. Sometimes, you know, dipping out of the top 10. When he doesn't feel it, he doesn't feel it. Recently, though, his shape is trending upwards. Big time. Is it enough for 1-0, though? Who's going not with an expansion, not with a caster late game. Since he built the Naga, this also eliminates the chances for a worm. As you want the Lich, that is your third hero then. And third hero plus worms is too late, costs too much. You miss all your timings then. Except if the game is maybe going super long. Happy tried this approach. Got wrecked by life. So we go with the Reliant Fiends and Destroyers and Statues, maybe mixing in an Abomination later as a little bit of a meat shield. Now KAHO staying at 50. This has been the big late game decision making for the elves. When to break upkeep. How much can you bank? Who's the best Night Elf Mirror player? Hey, we'll see it today, maybe. I would say on paper it's KAHO. And I think there's a lot of stats that support this. But any given day it can be different with our elves. KAHO can break upkeep, but he didn't bank anything. Queuing up on upgrades, having a town portal, invo potion as well. 1-0 has a lot of survivability here too, with health stone, heal scroll, invuln. And even the evasion and ring of protection fits his playstyle. Oh, mana burn on an illusion. Fits his playstyle very well, because 1-0's DK is always up front, always soaking up damage. This is the big move for 1-0. Destroyer Morph, 4 of them. Are you ready, KAHO? 53 food only against 68. Did he miss the mark? We get Dispel now against Frost Armor, strong undead levels. Crows far in the back. What we don't have is Web, so the Crows can do some damage here. But is it enough Fork Lightning, Nova, Coil takes care of them. The Crows are the prime anti-air repositioning. Now, KAHO doesn't like the position that he got, but he takes care of a Fiend here. Onto the other side of the base. That's really smart. The mana count for the Destroyers is ticking down. You need Destroyers with mana to be effective. Otherwise, they hit like a, I don't know, foam finger. But this is a problem now. Web is ready. Fiends can move forward. Bit of an awkward position as well. Mana, always an issue. Lots and lots of units dead. I thought maybe he can stall a bit better with the repositioning, with the TP. The Fork Lightning is strong, but we're doing damage, not getting any kills. The Bear is dead with full mana, missing out on some Reju and Roar now. Demon Hunter still stemming against the defeat. Dryads coming in. 3 Fiends still. You need to take care of them somehow. Here we go. Fork Lightning. That's 1. Is that 2? No mana no more. But there's Burrow. Yeah, that's a problem. Crows can operate from range. We have reveal. Fiends must go. If the Fiends are gone, there is a chance. Because Destroyers can't attack Dryads, right? And then the heroes are solely responsible. Fiend is falling. Free reign on the ground for the Dryads now. That is the dynamic in these fights. Onto the Naga we go. Invul Potion there is. We need a Bear. Maybe Health Stone instead of Invul. Interesting. New Fiends arrive. Are the heroes too strong? Reveal right away. Fiend dead again. And the statue also out of mana. 1-0 has to retreat. There is no second base. KAHO fighting with the magic immune Dryads and the heroes. We don't have mana at all. This Bear, not used for fighting really, just a Care Bear. 400 HP per rejuvenation always. Banger game. What a turnaround in value this is. KAHO getting closer and closer to Demon Hunter level 5 as well. That's usually the win condition. We're going to meet ourselves at 50 food again. Maybe this army too one-dimensional. 4-1-2-0. Only 3 destroyers. Again, chat is making the classic mistake and is ruling out the chances of a Night Elf player when the Demon Hunter is still alive. It is a very interesting dynamic in these Night Elf vs Undead fights. As soon as you reduce the number of Fiends, the momentum in the fight is shifting. Always. Sick, sick, sick hold by KAHO. New Crows. Not only do you need the Fiends against Dryads with their piercing damage against unarmored units, you also need them to web down the Crows. Otherwise the Crows take out the Destros. I think the top Night Elves, like the top 4 to 5, in the past 2 weeks unlocked a new understanding of that matchup. In these fights. It's not about the Destroyers. It's not about the Bears. It's about the Fiends and the Dryads. Knuspi, was geht?
A player's forces are under attack.
Man, oh man. What can 1-2-0 do now? Both are banking hard. Love the Mark of the Talon. Makes it so Crows can apply Fairy Fire. Huge help in hero focus or even unit focus. Pretty much peak Night Elf vs Undead right here. The way it plays out. Amazing matchup. Does the DH benefit from the Talisman of Evasion if he has Evasion already? The Talisman of Evasion is stronger than level 1 Evasion, but is weaker than level 2 Evasion. So it helps you when your Evasion level is below level 2. Then the game picks the stronger Evasion. It doesn't stack. But yeah, this way I think it makes sense to not retrain.
The town is under siege.
It's useless now? It is useless now. That is correct. Wouldn't mind see that pawned at the shop for a heal
Player's
potion.
forces are under attack.
Maybe he keeps it for the Naga. We got a Temple of the Damned. And now the question is, good. First of all, good for KAHO to see this. But he doesn't know if it's Necromancers or Banshees. No indicator for him right now. So he wants to hang around, poke in, get some mana burns in. To see if he has to deal with Curse and Anti-Magic and Possession. Or if he has to deal with Necromancers, Unholy Frenzy and Cripple. Next Ancient of Wind. Like that for the Fairy Dragons. For more talents. 1,000 gold. KAHO is at 40 food. Wonder if he leaves up the food cap. So he can go to 50 with the counter he desires. Because it makes no sense to use that time right now though, right? You think little bro thinks he's playing Reign of Chaos. And the upkeep starts at 40. And he also keeps the talisman on the Demon Hunter. There's a few reasons to worry about now. It is Necros. It is Necros. So, still KAHO doesn't know. He will know once we see the first Necromancer or the first wagon. At the moment, it's only upgrades. He could sense it if he sees double temple production and doesn't see a unit spawn. Because with Banshees, you would only have one upgrade at a time.
A player's forces are under attack.
For Necros, you need the Necromancer training and the Skeleton Mastery. Does he have the right read? Talon Crow form. Talon Master training. I think he's speculating for Banshees. But he is already low on Bears, so it shouldn't change that much. But why is he staying at 40? He's missing out on rounds of production. What am I missing? It makes no sense, does it? Is there a reason? Like, even if he wanted to go MGs, he could build one MG or do the upgrades already. If he wants to go Bears, he can at least build one. If he wants to go Dryas, he can at least build one. Why? 1-0 has lumber issues, though. Super rare to see from Undead. Chimera Roo, so late. He knows now. He knows now that it's Necros. 6 Necros, 1 wagon, but no lumber for disease crowd. So, this is an interesting moment, though. KAHO technically has 11 wisps to detonate against the wagons, against the skeletons. Because there's no mining going on. Tough to call. Why is KAHO not producing? I don't get it, guys. Why is he at 40 food? Does anyone have an explanation? Cripple. Amazing debuff. Can't really do anything. He wants to make chimeras. Yeah, but then he could have started the chimera roost long time ago. And he can go up to 90 food anyway. So he could break upkeep. He needs more dryads. He needs fairy dragons. He needs something. You can't stay at 50 against this 80 food army. He's jumping to 62 now. But the 62 could be 72. Fairy dragons, bears, and chimeras. It might just be genius. It might just be enough. Here we go. Do we have wisp detonates deployed somewhere? One in the back. Skeletons, of course, have an expiration date. This is also a lot of XP. KAHO built an extra moonworld, so the one loss doesn't matter that much. Here come the fairy dragons, but I guess they are a little bit too late. They do something against the statues, alright. Oh, also against the necros now. 1-0 doesn't stop casting. The chimeras are here. KAHO, can you do this? 20 food down he is. Nasty detonates, but is it all too late? Heal scroll, level 5, big mana burns, but is that too little? Is that too late? We have no cripple on the chimeras actually. Maybe that was stalled a little bit. The damage is great, but it's still a 30 food lead. We have the crows attacking the destroyers, but the coil is there to the rescue. The fairy dragons don't do too much, and now we deal with the chimeras. The damage is gone. The army is Fuchicado. Demon Hunter level 6 though. Is that the savior? Do you need more than 5 food if you're a Night Elf player? (1-0) has no gold no more. Nothing. And he might lose the Lich. He might lose the statues. There's still a little to work with if you're KAHO. Does he have Moonwell? He still has a lot of Moon Juice. Wagon down. Is 16 food, guys. There was a lot of XP. Without mana. Is there a chance? Statues burn to a crisp. We go for the demon, for the DK, but there is Invo potions. We need a lot of damage now. Naga also Invo potion. At the ready, trying to trigger that. It's seriously, simply the Demon Hunter. 1 against 3. Naga in trouble on the other side. And we need a stab. Got him. But what about the Naga? Naga will die now, no? Pretty sure she is. Any chance? Involt. Oh, doesn't even need it. 1-0 is almost out of items here. 14 food versus 50. But there is a solid chance for KAHO to win this. It sounds ridiculous, but this is the reality we live in. I keep telling you guys, multiply the level of the Demon Hunter by 5 and you got his real value. We're selling buildings. We need new statues, man. We got 3 irrelevant statues. They're not doing anything anymore. Talisman of Evasion still. It's kind of funny, but hey. Whatever. We're not getting hung up on that. Drama. Staff ready. We got a lot of potions now for 1-0. KAHO leaves the game without a fight. Without the fight. Doesn't want to give it to us, huh? Okay, okay, okay. Couldn't reach level 6 on the Demon Hunter. Did burn quite a bit of mana. A bit unfortunate, a bit anticlimactic. Oh, Acolyte tried to body block, eh? But KAHO expected that. Nice little mind game. It's about every single second, man. Life of a Demon Hunter. Let the others do the work for you. Come in, do one hit, collect the loot. Xexa is always there for you, buddy. Always there for you. As long as you have the sub badge in front of your name, of course. Otherwise, wouldn't even care. So wrong, by the way. We both start with Rings of Protection. Noise.
A player's forces are under attack.
And again, Immolation. This is the second series in the entire tournament that didn't start on AL. It's crazy. I hate that we figured this pattern out, or that you noticed us, that you told us that they play in alphabetical order. I spent an hour yesterday explaining my proposed pick and ban veto system. Ay ay ay. In case you weren't here, in the past 20 years of Warcraft, we have like a map pool, right, of like 9 maps, and then players first ban 4 maps, and then they pick 4 maps, and then 1 is remaining. I want to have a 1 ban, 1 pick, 2 bans, 2 picks, or something like that, right? So the first pick comes before the second ban. Apparently that is an extremely complicated concept for organizers and players. But in the meantime, they can memorize 20 different build orders, 73 different creep routes. That's no problem. Ooh, sweet deny, 1-0. Sweet body blocks, KAHO. We are exposed to some high-class Warcraft, everybody. By both players. We're in for a treat here in this series, it seems. Ah! Hikaraito. Thank you.
A player's force
It's tough,
under attack.
apparently. It took our German players 2 seasons to somewhat understand, and then people still fucked it up, so we had to build a homepage. Sorry. Anxiety had to build a homepage for that. So they can just click. We got the Naga early, and we got a big switch up by 1-0. From Naga second to Lich second.
A player's forces are under attack.
Always nice to see. Then we get Frostworms most likely. 1-0's patented build against the elves. Here on Last Refuge, you oftentimes fight like here, 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 where there's trees. Worms need trees to survive. Worms are kind of like humans, or any living being, really. Save the trees. KAHO gets some good pickups on the ghouls, I think. Can players memorize a route to the shower? I think
A player's forces are under attack.
they all have an assistant that comes in with like a bucket and a sponge and cleans them up while they continue laddering. That's how I envision also like pro esports boot camps. Oh, focus. Focus, by the way, later in the War 3 Champions close qualifier. Dude, the fact that we got Focus and Sock in one part of the bracket is mental. What a banger best of 5 that's gonna be. Demon comes back in. Important last hit. KAHO got it. Item goes to 1-0. Scroll of the Beast. Immense, especially on Lich and Worm later. But I think KAHO is kind of dominating here, no? He's getting so many ghouls. What's left for the first fight? 1-0 has the fast tech going for him. The worms are on the way. It's a long way, though. You can see it on the horizon.
A player's forces are under attack.
But there's only 2 to 3 ghouls left. For the first fight, that's nothing. KAHO does an extraordinary job picking them up. I think chances of undeads drastically go down with every ghoul they lose in the mid game. It's not the end of the world. You can't feel it like immediately, but it's a lot of creep speed. It's a lot of pressure on heroes, buildings, backline. This is more HP and more damage and mana on the Naga with the necklace. It's not necklace. You know what I mean. Is this Diablo? Well, not gonna lie, for 1-0, this feels like unpatched Uber Lilith. Let's see if we can find a build with the Frost Worms. Oh, the demon comes in. No steal this time. Same items on both sides, but 1-0. He has no TP. He has no potion. He has a little bit of frost armor. It's only the Demon Hunter harassing here. KAHO. Okay. We have a big invo potion. What can go wrong? Huh? Did you see the flicker, or am I losing my mind? Bro, Warcraft. We need these boxes for information. Stay with me. Creep check opportunity with the first worm. This is a dangerous moment for KAHO. Not gonna lie. He has a town portal, but it might just be too late. Archer's gone. Another Dryad sniped as well. Whew, if you wanted to come back into this game, this was the moment for 1-0. Pushing through the top lane. Kinda nice. Freebies. But this is also all time for the Demon Hunter to burn. Levels are pretty much exactly the same. More armor upgrades I find interesting. Ah, it's cheap though. And you stay at 50. And he has 2 attack upgrades already. We get more Dryads. 2 bears for Roar, for Reju. And the rest is Dryads, Demon Hunter. Is this army too small? As long as you spread the poison, I think you win the trades. Statue without mana already.
A player's forces are under attack.
Frost Armor 1 into Dark Ritual. Not bad. To deny XP first and foremost. I think the mana value will be low. Staff ready, invuln ready. KAHO doesn't want to commit yet. He's expanding behind this.
Player's forces are under attack.
Oh, look at this. Sick. I don't think this will be scouted, if you're honest.
A player's forces are under attack.
No level 4s on KAHO. No evasion this time on KAHO. Demon Hunter surely more fragile. Is this the fight you want with 61-63? Both find a beautiful timing to push into upkeep at the same time. Dryads exchanged against Fiends. What stays alive is the question. 2 Fiends down. Demon level 4. Wouldn't mind to see 1 level of evasion. Oh, there was no coil ready. The Fiends die like flies. But what about the air? We got some Dryads here on the left-hand side to make it harder for the Worm to retreat. I like that position, but the damage of DK Lich Fiend still absurd. It is 7 food out of the fight. The Dryad's still in there. You can pressure the Lich now. Is there still Dispel? There is, and it's quick. New statues for the healing. You need an in-shape Worm to take these fights. Still no more coil. Only an invuln. And that's 7 seconds safety. Can you reach for the Worm? Oh, 1-0. That was sloppy. Very sloppy. 1 overexposure immediately punished, and same goes for the statue with full mana. KAHO cooking. That was 10 crucial supply. That 1-0 dropped, and all of this on the back of an expo. KAHO extremely calm, extremely smart. And now the rest of the camp belongs to KAHO as well, making strides towards level 5. Now all you need is hold. They call me the John Lennon of Warcraft. We're looking for the army. Starting to burn. A little bit of backstab. Inventory for KAHO is grande. Level 5 Lich, level 5 DK. You know what that means. But usually 2 heroes is not enough. You need the Worm. The Worm is not in this fight. Only coming in now. Can be positioned very, very well. But all that damage will be negated by Rejuve. Ah, Mr. Fallen, what is up? Chat, you are kinda dangerously close to drifting into a ridiculously uninteresting balanced discussion. I think it's way more fun to praise the player's abilities. Like this expo decision, like the expo position, like the army position. So he can always retreat on the high ground when he needs it. How do you crack this 1-0? Apparently with wagons. And now he knows, at the very least. Yep, you got a break now. Oh, careful. That's the invo potion gone, in it. No, we got a staff still. And poison spread. KAHO is playing extremely well around applying damage over time. Poison, poison, poison. Wait, wait, wait. Damage done. 1-0 needs to heal. And there's no tempo. Ah, he might have seen it before. He might have seen it before. You're right. But then he knows there's no fortification outside of Moonwells, but Moonwell's super helpful. Is it the smart move to push into the undead base? Again, poison applied. Bam. 100 damage. $100 damage is a coil level 1. Here we go. I don't like that worm position. Forces the last coil. Has a heal scroll as well. And a mana potion pop. Maybe moving out of that high ground. Not the smartest move. This is a lot of free damage. Dispel on the Demon Hunter as well. But the DK is far forward. Worms are not part of this fight. This 14 food. Just inactive. Where is the region though? Demon Hunter needs to be staffed very, very soon. But he's high on mana. So it will be easy to heal him up once again if you don't miss the timing here. There can be a point. Oh, there was a potion I didn't even see. There was a point blank coil possible with the mana potion that you got, and it's a level 3 one, so very powerful. But it looks like the only powerful player here is KAHO. We fight poison with poison as disease cloud is spread now everywhere. This will cost some regen. He's just ignoring the demon. Oh, now he's staffed out. I feel like there was a chance for 1-0 to go for the kill, but there was another potion. Or now there is another potion. And we're back. Extremely quick rotation. The issue now for KAHO is he needs heal scrolls. This is a lot of fodder. Coil. Nova eats it. No staff ready here. Potion used already here. And slowly but steady, Moon Juice is getting lower and lower, but the Dryads are still alive. Maybe focusing so much on the hero was a mistake! Didn't anticipate this. The demon is dead, but so is the Lich. Will Naga follow? We have a town portal. Uses that town portal. Splits up a Dryad to the tavern. Leaves the rest of the Dryads here. Demon Hunter must come back. Demon Hunter is back. Can the worm slow him down? Not quick enough. Not quick enough with the worm. Both with tavern revives. But 1-0 is running out of gold soon. Sick tempo of the two. We have a heal scroll, but it's on the Naga, and the Naga isn't here yet. Let's be honest, 1-0 needs a miracle. But it's also 15, 18 food in Dryads that could fall rather quickly. But he never rebuilt a wagon to apply that poison again, to get that siege damage in again. We got level 6 now, but no meaningful ultimate for the Lich. Stemming against the defeat is 1-0. Always a miracle possible with Coil Nova, but if there's no Coil Nova, no miracle right there. Pow! KAHO ties it up. Very strong performance by KAHO. I think the foundation was laid early, very early, at the arrival of Tier 2.
player's forces are under attack.
Clemens, I'm reading your message, but there is words that don't tell, like they don't, like I see there's letters in a certain order. It doesn't tell me anything though. Anyway, we're on Shattered Exile. It is a beautiful map. It's a little bit of a macro map if you want to. We contest the middle first and foremost. Is another chance. 4 expansions, 1-0. Seems like he abandoned fast expansion again.
A player's forces are under attack.
I would say on this map, 60% chance for Worms, 40% chance for Naga.
Player's forces are under attack.
And we grind for level 3, of course, as we always do. I think 1-0 on this bigger map will respect the Naga pickup potential. Good scouting here now with illusions. Wisp as well. Ooh, 1-0 creeping aggressively with the Ghoul Sea God, as long as there is no crowd control by Naga or Dryads. Enjoying the freedom. This gets creep checked, man. Ay, 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 ay.
A player's forces are under attack.
$1,000 gold already on KAHO's side. I don't think there's any issues here so far on his side, except that the DK has this early level 3. Went on the cost of the Ghoul HP, but as you know, Ghoul HP regen is crazy. KAHO, one of his playstyles is to attack undeads in his base. Yeah, no chance for a surround, mate. No HP regen is gonna help you against the Demon Hunter. Also a Ghoul Hunter, also a Hero Hunter. He's hunting everything, actually. Should Riju also give mana? Yeah, and Divine Armor. And here, unit should fly then. And maybe the Finger of Death ability. What the fuck? Riju, one of the best spells in the game. Already.
A player's forces are under attack.
We have the Lich, and with that we get the Worms. All a lead up to the tier 3 fights, as so often. Still very dynamic. Who gets the level? Demon Hunter got the level. DK got the level. Where to creep, how to creep. This is why Twitch chat should be in charge of balance. To be fair, aren't we all in charge of balance to a degree? I think this game is not going as well for KAHO as we initially, as like a minute ago. Archers killed, 1-0 levels are good, items are good. Items are very good actually. And now he's taking risks already. I like this. You know you have to make some moves. You got some tools still. You got the rejuve coming potentially fast. It feels like KAHO, compared to other elves in the past 2 maps, had a rather early rejuve. Now it's 4 Dryads into Bears, which is a little later than what we've seen before. 1-0 also a lot more ghouls available than in the last game. Similar timing to the last Refuge game. Very, very, very different power levels. Heroes, strong, inventory and levels on 1-0 side. And the ghouls will make a world of difference. Ooh, are we on a collision course here on the red spot? Not really. Good disengage by KAHO. Lures out the creeps. Setting up a flank. Pre-rejuve is lovely. As there's no destroyer yet. But the Dryads are too hurt for my taste. I don't think you can engage. Bit of a stalemate. Oh my. Double rope of the Magi. Holy shit. That Lich is so powerful. Plus the heal scroll against poison, plus the mana pot and heal pod. Yeah, KAHO needs levels, man. KAHO needs everything. KAHO needs a lot of help, if we're honest. We got a lot of Cyclone. Maybe that helps. Frost armor applied. But that is the level 4 Demon Hunter. We have no immolation, by the way, this time. Pure evasion build and still so much Wand of the Wind. But I worry about the Dryads. They are way too important to be on half health already. But otherwise, KAHO plays it nice. Banking a lot, losing very little. Bit lazy by 1-0. He could have reached... Is it level... No, that's not level 3. If he pulls the DK away, that is easy level 3. Naga also good damage, but not comparable to the Lich in damage. I like 1-0's position a lot. Why do more undeads choose to go back to 2 heroes only? Because you really want Frostworms. They're so strong, but they're also very expensive. So if you go for triple hero and boneyard and frostworm, you delay your timing by a lot. And so you decide, well, I'd rather have 2 strong heroes, where then also coil level 3 is more impactful because you can heal the frostworm to like 50%. And I hit my timing and I get the worm as my 3rd hero basically, instead of a Naga. It's either one or the other. It's either Naga or it's worms. Happy tried to play both. Backfired miserably.
A player's forces are under attack.
And you can heal the worms. They're flying. Naga you can't coil because she's no undead. But yeah, also worms extremely expensive.
The town is under siege.
What made worms strong? I would argue they were always good damage dealers, but they were buffed in a way that the slow lasts longer. On heroes. And with that, you can, if you play it well, perma slow a hero. And of course, if you're up against the Demon Hunter, a worm doesn't require any mana. Oh, snap! That coil nova! I didn't see it coming, but KAHO did. Worms were used to slow heroes, which lasted 10 seconds. Yeah, man! That was crazy! In the old days, dude! In the 2000s, 2010s, 10 seconds on heroes! That got nerfed to 3 seconds, and then last patch it was buffed to 4 seconds again. And 4 seconds is the sweet spot, as the attack wind up is also 4 seconds. So if you're always in range, you perma slow. We got the wagon again. I love this. I love this so much. That is the recent development, I think. 120 was a big fan of abominations, but this is more like Sheik style. Not exactly Sheik style, as Sheik likes to go for gargoyles instead of fiends. But these wagons add so much damage and pressure to buildings. You're forcing your opponent to attack you, because otherwise your buildings are getting destroyed and disease cloud is getting spread. KAHO has no chance here. That is, of course, due to the DK, due to the Lich, due to the worms. But this was the missing puzzle piece, I think. I think it's way better than the bombs, even though I like the bombs as well. These wagons are crazy, and the development in the matchup of Night Elf Undead in the past 2 weeks is beautiful. There's so much going on. There's so much development on details, of course, as in essence it's still DK Lich Fiends statues versus Demon Hunter Naga Dryad Bears, but all the nuances around it are in constant flux. Chimeras to deal with the wagons, an okay idea, a big investment, but absolutely not worth it being picked up. This was rather desperate, I would say. And the writing is on the wall. 120 takes this very convincingly. Got an expo. Everything was better this game. The creeping was better. The contested creep spots were better. The ghoul usage and safety of ghouls was better. And then the worms hit hard and you control the map even further. And then you got siege damage. Like, this army, if you reach this army as an undead, how do you break this? You got the big damage against the bears. You can't play bears. You got Fiends as anti-air, which is alright. Dryads are essential always. Statues are essential always. And then if you have issues with Dryads, and that was the big issue recently, you have a well-protected, well-positioned wagon for it. Sanolan, thank you for the tier 1. 102 months, dude.
North
Madness.
North 1 raid, North 1 raid, North 1 raid.
Yes, exactly. Oh, love to see it, guys. Hello. From one bald sunshine person to the next. Did you answer Sonic's DM, Knopf? I'm just curious. Ah, Knopf is gone. Already pumping the irons. Soul 8-Man in the mix as well. He's gonna join me later at 7 PM. For the War 3 Champions close qualifier today. Sock, Focus, LeMay, Sonic. Ooh, Ghoul down. That was unnecessary. Bit careless, 1-0, eh? That's what I mean. Like, if you contest the ghouls early, this is a whole different shebang. I will be there. Very nice. Very nice.
A player's forces are under attack.
One to 0 with one win. He should be safe. We have a 3-player round robin stage here, right? So one win could guarantee. What a stupid thing to say. Should almost guarantee not getting last. But it's all about map points as well, right? So a win for KAHO here, regardless of the outcome of the series, would be extremely important. Because in Moon vs 1-0, like, depending on what Moon was cooking up, everything between like 1-4 and 4-1 is possible, in my opinion.
A player's forces are under attack.
And in KAHO vs Moon also. Very rare. This is a pet peeve of mine here in springtime. I'm sorry if I annoy people with that already by repeating it all the time. But I think this camp shall not be allowed to be taken for the elf. It's too obvious. It's too easy. And it gets punished in like 80% of the games. I think the crucial way with worms is that you have to deal with them ASAP. So Hippo's probably the best. More bears to clear fiends fast. Dryads in the particular situation seem bad. Ooh, damn, Sushi. That's a rare case of I disagree with everything you say. I think more bears are just fodder. I think the main way to get rid of fiends is a high level Naga. Or a level 3 Naga. I think Dryads is the way, man. Dryads or poison. And you have to play it super... Like, basically, the prime... Like, I could give... Like, the KAHO 1-0 last refuge game of this series is pretty perfect. With Worm, you also have fewer fiends. If the Worm is part of your 50 food army, right? Not if the Worm is part of your 60 food army. I think Demon Hunter Naga should more or less be enough. But also the last refuge game, the mid game was pretty much perfect for KAHO. It's very tiny elements, like a ghoul here, a ghoul there. Are there still archers as well? This is important for the damage output if you still have archers or not. We go back to an early Adept Bear, by the way. This is something that KAHO didn't play on Shattered Exile. And I'm not a fan of Hippo at all in this matchup. Like, I think Hippo, because of normal damage type and the availability of web, if you want dedicated anti-air, I think you go Crows. But that, to me, is like a late game alternative. I think for the 50 food push, you don't have the time for a wind. You hold with Dryads and Orb and Naga. I'm the biggest Talon fan, but sometimes timings just don't work out. And I think this is such a case where timings don't work out. Or, like, especially in like, I'm talking one base, right? I'm talking one base. In two base, I think talents are always possible.
A player's forces are under attack.
Oh, in the late game in 75. 75 food. There you definitely need more than 2 bears. Yes. That is correct. Well. Let's fight at 50 though. We reduce the ghoul numbers. We're pressuring that lich. The block of the... Oh my god, the illusion. Gorgeous. The lich couldn't retreat because of the illusion. Wonderfully done by KAHO. Coil might be there to save the fiend for a little bit. That illusion is terrifying. And only now he can deal with that. KAHO Wonder Boy performance. He is tearing 1-0 apart in this fight. Mamma mia. That's the 50 food fight you're looking for. This is, of course, a very different game because there is no worm after all, right? But beautifully done. Lich taken out quickly. Orb taken out quickly. 3 illusions yet to be used. Yeah, you want to pull the Lich. Oh, do we have a staff ready? Oh, town portal. Was there no staff? Was he not? No, I probably didn't want to risk it. Puts the Demon Hunter out of TP range so he can burn one more time without risking anything. Ah, gorgeous. This series is so sick. But yeah, back to the point. I still don't see the value of hippos, to be fair. I think they just suck. That's almost impossible to convince me otherwise. In this matchup, in this case. Nova on an illusion feels bad, man. Sick reveal timing, very good coil timing. But, you know, in the end, it doesn't even matter. And KAHO... Okay, bro. Just throw away the invuln. Alright. You don't need it. Oh my god, if the Naga falls now. At least he still got the big invuln. At least he still got the big invuln. Demon? Yep, got it now. Do we have a Reju ready? Any Care Bears in the house? Reveal. Fiend kill again. As so often, man, if the ground is cleared of fiends, Night Elf has such an easy game here. Except if the demon falls. Holy risk taker, KAHO. This can backfire so quickly. Life won a game with Hippos against Sock. Hilarious. Well, very different matchup, very different case. Very different case, very different discussion. KAHO can take a risk here. His Expo is running. Can Rejuve be dispelled during invuln? No. That's why ideally you get invuln, you apply Reju, and you get 400 HP safe. Dawn of War, thank you for the 77. We get Wellspring now. We have Ultra Vision up. Shade scouts it. Alright. What can you muscle up 1-0? Any items to sell? Ah, the supply is not looking great. We have dust again. We got double invuln. We got orb. We got more movement speed, more attack speed. KAHO is comfortable here, but the expo has yet to pay off. Mana is good. No pre-burns just yet. Here we go. 1-0. Is on match points. Can he close it out here? Chances for that rather limited. The focus fire is also off. There's one bear basically dead. The destroyers have no mana. But I have to say, this fight is going a lot better for 1-0 than I envisioned. We still have an Invo potion. The prime Night Elf time is coming though, when the mana is gone. And that's now. Naga levels up. Demon Hunter needs an invuln. Get some healing. Still holding on. Still trying. Now, how many fiends? 2. Still dealing with the bear here. Demon Hunter coming back in. KAHO, you gotta hold this if you want to have a chance in this series. The Fog Lightning is strong. The Lich is in trouble. The Invo Potion is still there. So is the potion. Ready in 1 second. KAHO is playing around the cooldowns extremely well. 7 seconds. He needs to spend his gold though. KAHO again. This is a classic mistake of his. Focusing too much on the fight, too little on the macro. We need reinforcements, KAHO. Why do you build this expo if you don't use your gold? This was a little bit of a Hail Mary. Step ready again. Needs it. No, doesn't need it. Had the Moonwells ready, and that is a hold now with the Lich solo, with the Naga solo. Step again. Thrill Seeker KAHO. Got the Dryads up again. Stutter stepping, chasing. Taste my spear. One hero has to fall here very soon. Demon Hunter back in the second, waiting for level 5. No, okay, he got a potion again. And now KAHO uses his gold. He could make his life so much easier if he would spend his gold. Always nice to have a reserve. 4 potions. Heal scroll on KAHO. Nice. Invo potion goes to 1 to 0. He's pulling the last ghoul. Okay, that's a sign of desperation. Tavern revives require gold. True. That is true. But 1,000?
A player's forces are under attack.
Extremely hard to still break this one. KAHO has no Nature's Blessing, so it's only 2 armor on this. But here's the Demon Hunter. Quite precise, we have to say. Oh, the heal potion might be out of stock. Heal scroll. Wait a minute. Level 5 Demon Hunter wants to burn. Needs a staff soon. Here is no! The staff on cooldown. Why is he going back in? Why is he going back in? Oh, KAHO. One risk too many. He had this game in the back. He had the army. He had the expo. He had the levels. But then he had no Demon Hunter no more. 1 to 0 with the second push. Tomorrow, chances for Hazy, Leon, Dice, and PCG. I see this more and more now, that people argue, well, if I make a mistake, I lose. Yes!
Forces are under attack.
What's wrong with that? If you make a mistake, you lose. That's the highest level of competition that we got. It should be that way. Oh, interesting. Shadow Strike on the DK. Is that KAHO unloading a bit of frustration? Shadow Strike, such a punishing spell. Super annoying on high level ladder, this build. Undeads can make many mistakes because they have Coil Nova. Well, if they have Coil Nova, you made the mistake of not burning properly. This DK is dead, by the way. Is it not? Oh, sidestep. Shadow Priest. Oh, Unholy Aura for the win. Blink. Miss! Miss with the Talisman of Evasion. Oh my god, no way. No way! From downtown, the Shadow Priest Lamau. Oh, Warcraft is the coolest game of all time. Dude, the Talisman. Don't ever tell me again the Talisman of Evasion is a bad item.
A player's forces are under attack.
So we got the DK, Tavern Revive, DK back on the field, counter expansion, 1-0 in a position to pressure that counter expansion, and worrying for the Night Elf fans, Expos up. Fun exchange though.
Players' forces are under attack.
Poor Shadow Priest, man, has to die for the sins. We have level 2. Oh, the cloak! Bro, 1-0 is just blessed with these items here, man. Life-saving talisman, life-saving cloak.
The town is under siege. A player's forces are under attack.
Okay, economy for 1-0, good. Is life-saving bad for undead? You can argue that, eh? You can argue that. Is the warden ready? Dude, this is so... This cloak is game-saving, mate.
A player's forces are under attack.
Sometimes you gotta be a little bit lucky. And you gotta move your tree sometimes as well. But we're getting there. Second crypt. Not a sign for Gargs, but mass fiends. Oh, warden passing. Only interested in acolytes. Understandable.
A player's forces are under attack.
Cool to see a warden versus undead. Wonder if she has the same impact as against human. She's definitely trying. 1-0 did nothing with his DK. Just hiding in the shadows, standing there. Praying that the expo will pay off and is not getting punished. Little scout here with a signal. Okay, yeah, I got some time. Noise.
The town is under siege.
Eddie, I respect that you defend the honor of the elves. And I see your points, like, to a degree. But to argue that Unholy Aura is forgiving because you can run away after mistakes, when the opposing side has a Staff of Preservation, is interesting. We got Death Pact early, Lamau, and we got a... Yeah, man, yeah, man. We got a Dust now, finally. Okay, that invisibility got punished. Real Beer Vampire, thank you. Followers only mode? We forever have followers only mode.
A player's forces are
Because otherwise you get spammed by all these bots. Shit hits the fan when we have sub mode. Then you know it's real bad. But I think I can count on one hand how often we use that. most of the time I wish for emote only mode. Hey Skimmy, what's up? Warden level 5 already after 10 minutes. This is a very, very, very fine game for KAHO.
A player's forces are under attack.
No level 2 coil. It's also kind of funny, right, that he picked the death pack to be safe from the Warden and then dies. Shadow Strike, Death Bag! So how do you get out there now? 120 is really lucky he got double belt. Can't dodge the Shadow Strike, whoopsie! Oh, Death Pack! He's actually leaning into this Death Pack, man. That was a lifesaver now twice. KAHO doesn't care. He just clicks on the DK. I love it. This is so nasty. This is so annoying. But man, that Death Pack level 1 saved his ass 3 times now. It's actually kind of cool. That's how it's supposed to be, I guess. Just, you know, he doesn't have coil level 2. It's a bit of an issue. And we click on the DK again. Just keep on clicking, KAHO. You kill units by shadow striking the DK. That's what you're doing. Is proxy kills. He's eaten fiends to save his life. I'd do the same. And click and click. He can eat bombs now. And finally coil level 2. Bro, he got the biggest HP pots now in the mix. I like it. I respect it. And the red spot exchange goes to 1-0. It's kind of funny. We switch to fan of knives now that 1-0 goes for abominations. Really? Zero XP. Yeah, man. You got no Death Pact, which usually denies the XP. No Dark Ritual, sorry, which usually denies the XP, but you got Death Pact. Spell Shield. Oh, shit. Okay, against ghouls, Fan of Knives will be awesome. Can you trigger the Spell Shield with the Dryad Dispel if there's no spell on the DK? Yeah, right? I'm pretty sure. Or is that Purge only? Dude, these 2 belts of giant strength have been ridiculous. Alchemist against the Fan of Knives. Nice anticipation by 1-0 that the Fan of Knives transition is coming. A bomb with Disease Cloud. Spread it, spread it, spread it. Heal. Scroll on top of heal. Spray. It's all about the Dryads though. And we got triple lore Dryad production. Way better macro this time, I think, by KAHO. Warden, careful. Has no invul, and of course, since she's only 1 hero, there is no staff. Oh, we need to hold. We need to hold. One back in, but the heal spray again anticipated. Pre-casting heal spray. There's level 6 now. Do we have mana? We don't have mana for Avatar. No. You got the level 6, but you can't use your ultimate. Feels bad, man. Yeah, the heal sprays have been sick. Now he's out of mana. Now he's out of heal scrolls. And we got the Avatar. Invulnerable little spirits. No more repair. 120 only wants one thing and one thing only, and that's this tree. And he gets it. The meat hooks of the abomination carving rip into the tree of life. That is not the greatest situation now for KAHO, but they got the ult. He got the ult. Yeah, 120 really wants this 4th map. Super cool to see this sidestep emergency plan by 120 with Death Pact work out. From the other perspective, of course. From the Night Elf perspective, it's just more misery on top of the misery you had before. Panda now. Not sure. Not sure if you got the time, mate. Fan is okay. One more heal. We have 2 heal scrolls, man. We got 2 heal scrolls. I think the sustain is just too much. Or is it? How much duration is there for the Avatar? Quite a bit, we have to say. But not enough. KAHO's far behind? Yes. 120 is barely losing any units anymore. Panda is not level 3. Respect that he... Oh, damn, that was a nice fan. Do we have reveal in 5 seconds? But the fiends are falling anyway. Maybe there is a chance, but another heal spray. Last bit of moon juice as well. Hero focus doesn't really work. Panda is dead. Alchemist as well, but that's a trait that 120 takes any day of the week. Once again, one warden to rule it all. KAHO has 600 gold, not using it for potions. Maybe they're out of stock, I don't know. 120 now the one, not macroing properly, not producing at the moment. Lich also quite a beast at this stage of the game. GG. Not even a cool warden with the hero focus build can save KAHO here. We have to say though, 120 got absurdly lucky with the double belt. If he doesn't find a double belt in the early stages, the warden is gonna tear him apart, I think.